The silent breakthrough. The quantum particles danced across Dr. Elena Ramirez's screen in perfect harmony. After 5 years of working in secret beneath the Atacama Desert, she had finally achieved what the Interspecies Council had deemed impossible for a species as primitive as humanity. Quantum teleportation across star systems, not just information, but actual matter. Elena's hand shook as she triple-checked the results. The test object, a carbon composite cube, had successfully teleported from Earth to the Mars Research Facility and back. No time delay, no signal degradation, perfect molecular reconstruction. Dr. Ramirez, her assistant James called through the intercom. Director Zhang is here. The door to her lab slid open, revealing Director Lai Zong, head of Earth's Advanced Research Division. His normally composed face showed rare excitement. "You've done it," Zhang said, studying the data. "Show me the recording." Elena played the footage. The cube disappeared from the Earth chamber and instantaneously appeared on Mars, then returned seconds later when the process reversed. The implications. Zhang's voice trailed off. Complete independence from alien transportation networks. Elena finished. Resource sharing between colonies without delays. Military applications that would. "Keep your voice down," Zhang interrupted. "The walls have ears, even here." 3 weeks later, Elena stood before the United Earth Security Council in a chamber buried 2 kilometers beneath Geneva. 24 representatives from Earth's major nations sat in silence as she presented her findings. "With this technology," Elena explained, "we can establish instant supply lines between all human colonies. No more dependency on Krell transport vessels or Vraxian jump gates." Secretary General Amara Okonjo leaned forward. "And the military applications. Instantaneous troop deployment. Surprise attacks. The ability to evacuate entire populations in minutes rather than months." The room buzzed with whispered conversations until General Rebecca Morrison raised her hand. "The Interspecies Council has repeatedly denied our requests for advanced transportation technology. They claim we're not ready." "They want us dependent," Okonjo replied firmly. "Every technological advance we shared has been met with restrictions, limitations, and warnings about our aggressive nature." The vote was unanimous. Project Hermes would remain classified at the highest level. 6 months passed as humanity quietly built quantum teleportation hubs across its colonies. Construction was disguised as communication upgrades or mining operations. The network grew from 5 colonies to 12, then 20. The Krell Empire noticed first. Ambassador Kivath requested an audience with Earth's diplomatic corps. His reptilian form towered over the human delegates as his translator device conveyed his words. "The Krell observe unusual energy signatures from human installations," Kivath stated, his yellow eyes unblinking. "The Council requires full disclosure of all human technological developments." Ambassador Marcus Chen smiled politely. "We're simply upgrading our communication systems, as permitted under Treaty Section 47B. Your expansion rate has increased by 312% in 6 months." Kivath pressed. "This suggests technological capabilities beyond your approved level." "Improved efficiency," Chen replied smoothly. "Human innovation at work." After the meeting, Chen immediately contacted the Security Council. "They're getting suspicious. We need to accelerate the timeline." The next month brought subtle threats. Krell warships began routine patrols near human colonies. Trade agreements were suddenly renegotiated to humanity's disadvantage. Resource rights on shared worlds faced new environmental reviews. Dr. Ramirez watched these developments from her expanded laboratory complex. Her team had grown to 200 scientists, all working on applications for quantum teleportation. They'd achieved successful transport of living organisms, developed quantum-shielded communications, and begun theoretical work on quantum-based weaponry. "They're trying to contain us," James observed during a late night in the lab. Elena nodded. "The Interspecies Council has kept humanity as second-class citizens for 50 years. They give us just enough technology to be useful, but never enough to be independent. And now we stop asking permission. The turning point came during an emergency session of the Interspecies Council. Ambassador Kavath presented evidence of human technological violations. The energy signatures are undeniable. Kavath declared to the assembled alien dignitaries, humanity is developing prohibited technologies. Ambassador Chen stood calmly. The Krell presents speculation, not evidence. But let me ask this council, why are certain technologies prohibited for humans? Why do the Krell, Braxians, and others maintain exclusive control over transportation and defense systems? Murmurs rippled through the chamber. Because humans are dangerous. Kavath snapped, his composure breaking. Your history of warfare is no different from any other species here. Chen interrupted. The Krell conquered 17 systems before joining this council. The Vraxians waged war for centuries. Yet only humanity faces these restrictions. The council erupted in debate. In the chaos, few noticed Chen touch a device on his wrist. Across human space, a signal activated. Quantum teleportation hubs came online simultaneously. Ships equipped with quantum drives began moving independently of established transit routes. In seconds, humanity demonstrated capabilities that the Council had denied them for decades. The silent revolution had begun. The message was clear. Humanity would no longer ask for permission to advance. They would take their place among the stars through their own ingenuity, whether the galaxy was ready or not. Back in her lab, Dr. Ramirez received a priority message from the Security Council. Phase 2 authorized. Prepare for full deployment. She smiled grimly and turned to her team. Let's show them what humans can really do. The age of human dependency was over. The age of human power had begun. The turning point. Ambassador Marcus Chen stood in the council chambers as alarms blared across the alien capital. The massive holographic displays showed human ships appearing and disappearing at will, teleporting across vast distances that should have taken weeks to traverse. What is the meaning of this? Supreme Councilor Zixtal demanded, her crystalline form pulsing with agitation. This technology is forbidden. Forbidden by whom? Chen replied calmly. By species who wish to maintain their monopoly on advanced technology. The chamber erupted in chaos. Kavath's scales shifted to a deep crimson as he roared. This is an act of aggression. No, Chen corrected. This is an act of independence. 3 days later, tragedy struck. Research Station Prometheus, humanity's largest orbital laboratory, suffered a catastrophic accident. 200 scientists died instantly when the station's fusion core mysteriously overloaded. Captain John Way of the UESS Vigilant was the first to reach the wreckage. As his crew conducted rescue operations, he noticed something troubling in the debris pattern. Sir, Lieutenant Sarah Park reported, the blast pattern doesn't match a fusion core failure. The damage originated from outside the station. Zhang's jaw tightened. Get me a secure channel to Earth Command. Now. In the ship's secure communication room, Zhang connected with General Morrison via quantum link. It was sabotage, Zhang reported. Krell energy signatures all over the blast site. They're trying to cripple our research capabilities. Morrison's face hardened. We expected retaliation, but not this quickly. How many survivors? 47. All from sections with emergency quantum teleporters. Dr. Ramirez's fail-safe systems saved them. Good. Captain, I'm authorizing Protocol Omega-7. It's time we showed them human resolve. Across human space, a coordinated response began. Quantum teleportation hubs activated emergency protocols. Human colonies suddenly had defensive capabilities that appeared from nowhere. Weapons platforms teleported into orbit. Shield generators materialized around cities, and fleets repositioned instantly to strategic locations. The Krell Empire watched in shock as their intelligence reports poured in. Humanity hadn't just developed teleportation. They'd built an entire military infrastructure in secret. Dr. Ramirez worked tirelessly in her new command center, coordinating the quantum network. Link established with Colony Nova 3, she announced. Defensive platforms in place. Secretary General Okonjo appeared on her screen. Doctor, the Krell are massing their fleet near the Proxima border. They're planning something big. Let them come, Ramirez replied. We're ready. The confrontation began at the Proxima boundary, where Krell Admiral Corvash had assembled 50 warships. His message to Earth was simple: surrender this technology or face annihilation. Earth's response came not in words, but in action. Captain Zhang Wei commanded the United Human Fleet. 20 ships against 50, but these weren't ordinary vessels anymore. Equipped with quantum drives and teleportation weapon systems, they represented humanity's technological leap. All ships, Zhang ordered, execute pattern Alpha 9. The human fleet scattered, disappearing and reappearing unpredictably around the Krell formation. Quantum torpedoes materialized inside Krell shields, bypassing their defenses entirely. Support frigates teleported damaged human ships to safety before they could be destroyed. Admiral Corvash watched in disbelief as his superior numbers became meaningless against human innovation. Impossible, he roared as another Krell cruiser exploded from within. Their ships are everywhere and nowhere. The battle lasted 3 hours. When it ended, 30 Krell ships floated dead in space. The human fleet had lost only 5 vessels and recovered most of their crews through emergency teleportation. In the aftermath, emergency council sessions convened across known space. The footage of the battle spread rapidly, showing the galaxy what humanity could achieve when pushed too far. Ambassador Chen addressed the council with newfound authority. For 50 years, you've kept humanity contained, restricted, controlled. You've taken our innovations and given us scraps in return. That ends today. Kavath started to object, but Chen continued. We offer a choice. Treat humanity as equals, with full technological rights and council representation, or face the consequences of your containment policies. The chamber fell silent. For the first time, alien representatives looked at the human ambassador not with condescension, but with fear. Back on Earth, Dr. Ramirez received reports from across human space. Colonies were celebrating, freed from alien transportation monopolies. Trade routes reopened on human terms. Research facilities expanded without oversight restrictions. They're afraid of us now, James observed, watching news feeds of alien diplomatic ships requesting permission to enter human space. Good, Ramirez replied. Fear breeds respect, and respect brings equality. The quantum network continued to grow. Human ships patrolled their borders with newfound confidence. Other species began approaching Earth for trade agreements, real ones, not the one-sided deals of the past. The Interspecies Council voted to grant humanity full membership status with all associated rights. It wasn't generosity, it was survival instinct. As Ambassador Chen signed the new treaty, he remembered the words of an ancient Earth general. If you want peace, prepare for war. Humanity had prepared. Now they would have peace, on their own terms. The new balance. 6 months after the Battle of Proxima Boundary, the galaxy had fundamentally changed. The United Earth Fleet, once limited to defensive patrols, now commanded respect across known space. Admiral Zhang Wei stood on the bridge of the UESS Sovereign, humanity's first quantum dreadnought, watching the stars with satisfaction. Admiral, Commander Park reported, the Vraxian delegation has arrived. They're requesting permission to study our quantum shielding technology. Zhang smiled. How the tables have turned. Show them to Conference Room Alpha. Make them wait 30 minutes first. Across human space, similar scenes played out. Species that once treated humans as primitive now lined up to negotiate trade agreements, technology exchanges, and military alliances. The balance of power had shifted dramatically. Dr. Elena Ramirez, now Director of Human Advanced Sciences, met with her expanded team in the Quantum Research Complex on Luna. The facility had grown from a secret bunker to a sprawling campus visible from Earth. Phase 3 is ready, she announced to her senior staff. Quantum computing integration with our teleportation network will increase efficiency by 500%. Her assistant James, now a department head, added, "The Krell have formally requested a technology sharing agreement. They're offering their advanced medical systems in exchange." Interesting how they suddenly value human innovation, Ramirez mused. Draft a response. We'll consider it. After a thorough review period of, say, 5 years. The room chuckled. Everyone remembered how the Krell had delayed human requests for decades. But not all accepted humanity's new status peacefully. In the outer reaches of the Gamma Draconis system, a coalition of species led by the militaristic Zorathi Empire prepared for war. They viewed human advancement as a threat to the established order. Ambassador Chen received the intelligence during a council session. He immediately contacted Admiral Zhang. "The Zorathi are gathering their forces," Chen reported. "They plan to make an example of our newest colony." Zhang's response was immediate. "They've chosen poorly. Gamma Draconis houses our most advanced quantum defense grid. The Zorathi fleet, over 200 ships from 6 different species, jumped into the Gamma Draconis system expecting to overwhelm the small human colony. Instead, they found themselves in a carefully prepared trap." "Welcome to human space," Zhang broadcasted as his fleet materialized around the invaders. "You have 30 seconds to power down your weapons." The Zorathi commander laughed. "You have 20 ships against our 200. Surrender now and—" His transmission cut off as the colony's quantum defense grid activated. Suddenly, the entire system became a maze of shifting gravity wells, teleporting mines, and phased defense platforms. Zorathi ships found themselves scattered, isolated, and under attack from all directions. "Sir," Commander Park reported with barely contained excitement, "the quantum maze is working perfectly. Their fleet coordination is completely disrupted." The battle became a demonstration of human innovation versus traditional military doctrine. Zorathi ships fired at targets that weren't there, chased sensor ghosts through quantum tunnels, and watched helplessly as their ammunition teleported back at them. Within hours, the mighty coalition fleet was reduced to drifting hulks. Zhang offered surrender terms that were quickly accepted. The Gamma Draconis victory resonated across the galaxy. The message was clear. Humanity hadn't just caught up to other species, they had surpassed them through creativity and determination. In a desperate move, the Krell Empire attempted one final gambit. Ambassador Kuvath approached Earth with an ultimatum: share all quantum technology, or face united action from the Council's founding species. Secretary General Okonjo's response became legendary in diplomatic circles. "You had 50 years to share technology with humanity. We developed our own. Now you demand what you refuse to give." The answer is no. When Kuvath threatened war, Okonjo revealed humanity's final card. 3 months ago, we completed Project Prometheus, a network of quantum satellites throughout Council space. With a single command, we can disable every jump gate, every transit beacon, every navigation system you depend on. Your choice: peaceful coexistence or mutual destruction. The Council chose peace. A new era dawned in galactic civilization. Humanity took its place among the leading species, not through conquest, but through innovation born of necessity. The quantum network expanded to connect all willing species, creating a new age of cooperation and advancement. Dr. Ramirez stood in her office, looking at Earth through the viewport. James joined her, holding 2 glasses of champagne. "To the end of asking permission," he toasted. "And the beginning of earning respect," she replied. Across the stars, alien children learned a new lesson. Humans were not to be underestimated. They were creative, resilient, and when pushed too far, terrifyingly capable. The day humanity stopped asking for help was the day the galaxy learned to see them, not as primitives to be controlled, but as equals to be respected, and perhaps just a little bit feared. The age of human dependency had ended. The age of human leadership had begun. And somewhere in the depths of space, new civilizations watched and wondered. If humans could rise so quickly from nothing to everything, what else might they achieve? The galaxy would soon find out. The EEND retriclod can make mistakes. Please double-check responses.